From VA loan to portfolio, the 10-year wealth strategy. If you use your VA loan the right way, this isn't just about buying a house. It's about changing your financial position over time. Because what we've talked about so far is simple. Using the VA loan strategically, buying with future rental potential, and stacking properties as you move. But what does that actually turn into? What does this look like 5, 10, 15 years down the road? Let's walk through it. Because this is where most people underestimate what's really possible. Because over time, every property you keep does two things. One, it builds equity. And two, it benefits from appreciation. That means every single year, your position is improving in two directions. Your loan balance is going down and the value of the asset is going up over time. Now, is that perfectly linear? No. But in a market like Hampton Roads, where demand is supported by military presence, the same job stability and limited inventory, long-term trend, pretty consistent. So what happens if you repeat the strategy? You buy your first home using a VA loan, you live in it, then you move, keeping it as a rental, and then you do it again and again. Now fast forward. Instead of starting over every time you move, you own multiple properties, each one with a tenant potentially paying down the loan, each one building equity, and each one benefiting from long-term market growth. This is how the shift happens. You go from thinking like a homeowner to thinking like someone who controls their assets. And here's where it really starts to separate. At a certain point, your VA loan is not even the main tool anymore. It was just the starting point. See, from there, you can transition into conventional financing, you can leverage equity from existing properties, and you can choose to sell one and redeploy that capital into something bigger. Now you're playing a completely different game. But it all started with that very first decision. Was it just a place to live, or was it the beginning of a true long-term strategy? Because most people never connect those dots. They buy, they sell, they reset. And 10 years later, they've moved multiple times, but they've not actually built anything behind the scenes. The people who understand this early, they look up 10 years later and realize they own multiple assets. They now have options, they now have leverage, and they have flexibility that most people simply don't. So here's the takeaway. The VA loan is not just a benefit. It's not just about getting into a home with better terms. The VA loan is a tool. And like any tool, it depends on how you use it. Used casually, sure, it helps you buy a house. But used strategically, it can help you build a portfolio over time. And in a market like this one, with consistent demand and long-term stability, that opportunity is sitting right in front of you. So if you're military or a veteran, the question is simple. Are you just using your VA loan, or are you using it to build something? If you want help mapping out what this could look like for you personally, reach out. I'll help you build a customized strategy around your situation, your timeline, and your goals. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about real estate. It's about putting yourself in a stronger position 5, 10, 15 years from now, and making sure every move you make actually moves you forward.